Hello and welcome to Let's Play Madden 98. I have an impossible challenge ahead of me. I am going to play as the Dallas Cowboys versus the Immortal from Olympus team called EA Sports. And the EA Sports team has perfect scores in every category. So every attribute that a football player can have, these guys have it maximized. Alright. Make sure we're set to all Madden. Or Madden as it's called in 98. Do we want to make the weather funny? Well, since it's not random, if it's not going to be random, I'm going to try my best to randomize it. But basically, I want rain or snow because I think those are pretty fun. Let's go for snow. Dallas never actually plays in the snow, or it's very, very rare. Alright, as you can see, EA Sports team has perfect scores in every category. Because I'm the 98 Cowboys, I do have Deion Sanders and Darren Woodson and Brock Marion. And Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith's healthy. That's a great secondary. And then Charles Haley retired from the defensive line, so we don't have Charles Haley, but we do still have guys like Chad Hennings and Tony Tolbert. Shante Carver's a new draft pick. He never really panned out for the Cowboys, but he's a new draft pick in this game, so he's kind of okay. It's amazing that Michael Irvin only generates an 81 at wide receiver, but I think we have a rookie, Alan Miller, at wide receiver. Anyway, skipping all that, you can see how EA Sports has hundreds, and I don't have hundreds. I do have pretty good linebackers, but Madden at this time didn't realize Dexter Coakley would be going to many Pro Bowls. Most of his career happened after Troy Aikman retired, really. I want to receive because they're so much better than I am. I want to start the game with ball control and maybe get a lead early on. Alright, they're in a 3-4, and that means there's these gaps. There's these gaps between the defensive ends and the nose tackle right here. I'm going to run at it this play. Now they even brought an extra blocker in. I was still able to get 2 yards, but they brought in an extra tackler. But my guard was lined up right on the guy. I was able to push him back. Against a 3-4 defense, I'm very dedicated to running between those gaps because it's usually pretty effective. And the EA Sports team is very powerful, so I need to exploit every little nook and cranny in their scheme. This also includes fullback. That was not good enough on my part, was it? Alright, I'm going to see if I can draw them off sides. I have Larry Allen and Emmitt Smith and guys like that. Emmitt, I trust. Now, at this point in his career, Larry Allen was the right guard. He's probably already been to several Pro Bowls. So I'm running to the right. I'm going to run right behind him. I cut it to the left because I saw the line had shifted all the defenders, and the defenders are so fast they can beat me to the edge. So I often find myself cutting it back inside in an effort to take advantage of their own speed. Their speed takes them out of the play if I'm lucky. I can see the defense is in a man coverage. I'm worried about this defensive end or this outside linebacker on the far left. If my fullback can get there, I'll be good. That was a pretty tough run. I had guys with backside pursuit, and my left tackle couldn't maintain his block the whole play. I got the first down. It's time for me to be more serious about the clock. Also, I find that 3-4 is prone to being offsides because of blitzes. They'll blitz players that will run into each other, and they'll draw an offsides. Oh no, my fullback. I don't know who my second fullback is, but he doesn't look like he's coming back. Rookie fullback. I don't have any choices. I was hoping I could like put Herschel Walker at fullback. Herschel's got some pop. But apparently I have no choices. Alright, so I might be running a lot of single back since I don't know what my rookie fullback can even do. That's not good. I'm really dependent on my fullback position in Madden 98, to be honest. I don't know what to do without it. Not doing a play action pass. These players are too fast that I'm playing against. They will get into my backfield and sack me. And they are... I bet that's holding Larry Allen. No good. Alright, let me see how long he's going to be out. Injury report. Rib sprain. Oh, I thought he was grabbing his knee. He's out for the game. At some point I'm going to have to exercise some faith in my running backs, but I don't think 2nd and 21 is that. Alright, this guy in man on the right is my main target. Alright, I have to be serious again about the clock. I guess it's time to find out what my fullback can do. A good way to audition him is to run the halfback wham. I'm going to follow him through the hole, so it's going to be easy to see what my fullback does because he's going to be right in front of me. This is my favorite play, and it also attacks the gap where they just lined up that linebacker. That was acceptable. As long as you're pushing guys backwards and I'm moving forward. This is a Larry Allen pull. He might destroy his guy. Alright, they're in a zone, so I'm going to keep my wide receiver over here, so at least I have an extra blocker. But that guy with backside pursuit, I shouldn't have cut it back like I did, though. If I catch them in a run formation, I could have a good, easy pass play. That was way too slow to develop. Alright, I am on the 31-yard line. This is entirely a go for it down and distance. I am also going to run the curl drag like I did previously on 3rd down. I'm not very good at field goals, and in the snow I'm even worse. Man. Audible. Oh no. I have to think about it. I'm even further away from my field goal distance. Alright, this is my all slant, my all streaks play that I go to again and again, but it's because it works, because Michael Irvin's such a badass. Oh no. I didn't punt it because I was already at the 36. Oh no. I think I have to take credit for that. Giving up that huge play. You can never tell though, because one-on-one, their players will often win the matchups. Alright, D, we'll have to do better than that next time out. Oh, man. I feel this onerous pressure on me without my fullback. But I must get back to doing what I do on offense and then get the ball down the field. Maybe I can run out the clock and score the touchdown at the end of the second quarter, so I can go into halftime safely. Yeah. I didn't really want to run a halfback toss. I'm glad that guy was offsides. That was the kind of mistake 3-4s make that I was talking about, where their safety moves up, hits a linebacker, and then the linebacker hits the nose tackle, and the nose tackle hits my center. So hard to find an inside run with the running back. Even the halfback inside is not the hole I want to hit. I think my rookie fullback blew that play. Alright. If I want to win this game, I'm going to have to move the ball. Well, that couldn't be more timely. Thank you, Kevin Smith. That even held my field position. I throw deep, they throw shallow. Alright. So that time I went deep on my curl drag, and it took a while to develop, and their defensive back was all over my receiver. Oh, Irvin, did that hit you in the hands? Like I would ever run like I'd ever run the halfback shovel. Wow, they're schooling me right now. I'm not putting on a very impressive display of football acumen. They lined up in a bad defense. Their defense was single high safety on a passing down. I was obviously going to pass on 3rd and 10, and for some reason they decided to press me and get their defensive backs right up against my wide receivers. I'll show you. And Michael Irvin burned his guy. So, I mean, they have one safety back. They don't even have... This guy is, what, doubling my wide receiver over here? I have 2 wide receivers right here. So there's 5 backs on the field. 5 wide receivers on the field. I have 5 wide receivers, and they seem to only have 3 defensive backs. They lined up in the bad defense. That's a defensive back. That's a line. That's a safety, I guess. But as you can see, this single high safety stuff, Michael Irvin's going to eat it alive. Ball's out before Irvin even looks for it. So the single high safety was on the right. You know, he wasn't even near where the cornerback was to help him out. Boy, their secondary is so fast. You see, they're already ahead of me when I cross the goal line. Well, if I keep missing my my kick returns, they'll keep having easy down and distances. I am rather dedicated to running this outlaw defense against these players because it helps to make sure I have at least one player on every offensive player. I guess that is a single high safety that I run. So I'm guilty of the same problems, you know, the same things. I run a lot of single high safety. But if they have any player that's uncovered, every player they have is so fast that he's a liability to go all the way down the field. You know, even their biggest, fattest tight end can probably run a 40 in a 4.2 seconds or something. I'm going to run one of the zone plays. Sometimes, a lot of times, the EA Sports team can eat my zones alive. But sometimes, it doesn't work out that way. That was not his best throw. Alright, that guy, number 87, he's like the worst punt returner there is. I want to change him out for Deion Sanders pretty soon. Ooh. Oh, it's a touchback. Thank you. I thought they put me in the end zone. Now it's the 2-minute warning. In Madden, you can still run in the 2-minute warning because it doesn't take much time to call plays. Oh, holding. Not a good time for holding. Just, you don't even have to hold. Just, I'll take a no gain. Inside slant. Once I saw my wide receiver had the inside, I knew it was safe to throw it. I'm not sure how to call a play from that point. All right, this is a slow developing pass route, but it can shake a guy loose. Man. Oh, he caught it. That was all on the player. I had nothing to do with it. All right, Michael Irvin score a touchdown. They're in single high safety. They're doubling Irvin. I better call a timeout. They doubled Irvin. I took the sack. Now they're doubling my slot receiver. That is a mistake. Oh, Irvin, catch it. All right, who's in game? I need that play as fast as possible. I thought Bjornsson would cut it back to the left, and I thought he'd be wide open. Instead, that route, I guess, demanded he cut it back to the right, and then it was a miracle that it wasn't picked off.
And it's good.
So I'll take all the luck I can get. All right. They're a threat to score every time they touch the ball, even if there's 22 seconds left.
What a hit.
Oh, man. You see how easily they move the ball down the field? Is that a product of me lining up a man? Alright, for whatever reason, they are now in a run formation, and if I'm lucky, they'll run the ball. Well, I don't know. They're so good at running the ball. I have to stop it in the backfield. I'm lucky that wasn't pass interference. I mean, I literally took my defense back and plowed through those two guys to break up their routes. When they had two guys going there, and I was nowhere near it. They're kicking a field goal. This is a hard field goal. He nailed it. 51-yard field goal that I'm sure he could have kicked from like 70 yards. EA Sports owns a lot of records. All right, don't fumble. 4 seconds left. Do I take the knee, proud that I am up? Do I try to get one last miracle score? I don't know why I lobbed it. When I lob it like that, it's never worked out for me, to be honest. All right, halftime. I've owned the time of possession. That's one of my goals for winning the game. Rushing the ball consistently is also one of my goals. Now I'm going to kick the ball off to them. And that one interception and then the interception I got back, that's pretty much the play of the game so far. Holding their quarterback to 3 of 8 is also tremendous. Oops, not finished yet. Emmitt Smith, 10 attempts, 40 yards, a 4.0 average. Johnson had 3 attempts for 2 yards. I don't even know what the rookie fullback's capable of. Michael Irvin, Anthony Miller, 2 catches apiece. I am distributing the ball. Alright, let's get back to the game. All right, 14-10. It's important to have a good kickoff. They're lining up with 3 wide receivers early. I still think they're very likely to run the ball. I need my defensive players to catch the ball when it hits them in the hands. I had all sorts of congestion in there, and it was still a 6-yard gain. I wish I could line up in something like attack middle, but these guys. Wow, that was like the first bad play they really had, where the guy just didn't keep his mind on the ball. Alright, everybody back off. In the wrong formation. Everybody retreat. Right. Alright, and my rookie fullback I trust. Face mask. They no longer have 5-yard face masking penalties. They're all either personal fouls or they're not. Kind of an interesting fact. Alright, it's early, but I'm taking my time of possession very seriously. I'm not going to be snapping the ball until there's 20 seconds left on the... I'm not going to be calling a play without 20 seconds on the play clock. Funny, I already know what I want to run, but I'm just going to wait for the clock. Maybe this time I'll wait till there's like 17 seconds. Go with it! Go with it, go! He ran right through the trash. That was awesome. That was a very difficult run through incredible congestion. Let's watch that. You see right off the line, you see my offensive linemen are already standing up. Their defensive ends are the second to respond. They stand up. Now their defensive tackles in the third frame finally stand up. That's how long it takes those guys in the middle to respond to a run. Their safeties and corners are all running backwards because I think they're in a cover. They're in a variety of covers. You can see how I think this is a weak side linebacker. Here's the strong side linebacker running out with this guy. They're in a pass coverage defense. It's hard to say what this guy's doing. I think he's going to cover over here. This guy's a zone. They're doubling my wide receiver. All right, let's watch this tough run through the trash. There's a free linebacker right there. Cut it. It's not working. Going behind these dudes. Turn it back to the left. Oh, right through the defender's arm tackles. A bunch of arm tackles right there. Then they finally catch up to Emmett. Oh, he's breaking more tackles though. That's awesome. Alright. Great play by Emmitt Smith. I wish there was a halfback dive from the same formation. I think it's kind of lacking in the playbook.
25, 4,
Going to run behind Larry Allen out of an obvious run formation. Let's just see if we can get some easy yards on 2nd and 4. You got it. That was a tough run in Smith. I kind of know what I want to play, or will call, but give my play clock time to run down. All right, time to go. They're in the zone coverage, bringing an extra blocker over to the left. They definitely loaded up against the run on that play. It's time for me to start also considering the fact that I need to get the ball in the end zone, and that can be really difficult in the red zone if I can't pass authoritatively. All right, power weak to the right side. Big old Larry Allen on the right side over there. They got a lot of linemen, though. That was all Emmitt Smith. That really was. Cut that back inside. That was supposed to be a power weak, but he cut it back inside. Cut it back inside because his offensive line is awesome. All right, that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. And when we come back, I'm thinking a halfback dive, maybe a fullback dive. On the other hand, I am going to go for it on 4th down. Well, maybe. I could tie it with a field goal. All right. Wonder if they're going to do attack middle, which would... Offsides. Come on. I don't understand. I'm really disappointed. That guy was offsides, but he didn't hit an offensive lineman. I tried to audible, or I tried to hike the ball. That's a real drag. Man, no one else is on you. You have to catch the ball, Kevin Martin. Time to think. I'll take the penalty. Take the penalty. That's right. More time to make some decisions. Alright, I'm running the curl drag on the left, but I actually am going to Michael Irvin.
34.
Red zone.
Touchdown.
I'm going to Michael Irvin because he was a one-on-one. And as long as the cornerback didn't cut him off, he has a pretty good chance of catching the ball.
And it's good.
Alright, I have to hang on for one heck of a fourth quarter. Do you think a major college program would stand to be beaten by a high school? Or that a professional football team would stand to be beaten by a college? I do not think EA will tolerate my lead. cover 3.
34, 44. Blue. Hunt.
Oh no.
You'll remember that number.
I missed with my tackle. I maybe had a chance. I don't know. If I had gotten there and actually delivered the blow, I maybe would have tackled him. But it seemed like that guy was pretty open no matter what I did. That was one of my rare zone plays. You can see how these guys can get open against the zone pretty easily. What? I'm so not happy with that play. Man, the blockers just blew up my guys. That's all I can say. They blew up my dudes, and everyone that tried to get there to stop the play was ran over. I am in the wrong defense.
44, 35.
I suppose in hindsight, I could have called the timeout and chosen a better defense, something like a goal line. Yeah, against the team. Oh no, they're going for an onside. This is bad. They're good at everything. Go down.
What a hit.
You catch an onside kick against this team of Supermen, you better go down and hit the ground. I'm pretty sure they know what I'm going to do now.
Offside.
The offsides penalty helps. Alright. Please continue to line up in a 3-4. As long as they don't really blitz too heavily out of the 3-4, it's advantageous for me. Alright, start that clock. I wonder if they did the onside kick because they know how much I love to run the ball. Wasting time. Before I call my halfback off tackle, I want to run it to the right because there's more open green space to the right. You see, there's just more area for my running back to run. I also think my right side of the line is pretty awesome. William Smith is awesome. William Smith got hit twice before he went down. Keep the clock running. Alright, the next time, I'm not quite sure about the timing. I want to be able to take this play, and after I run it, it'll be the 2-minute warning. Oh, I hate it when they audible to that formation. That formation's much better about stopping the run.
26.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2. Alright. And I successfully have it so that the play clock is 1 second ahead of the clock overall, so that I can take it to the 2-minute warning, which I will do so. Boy, it'd be cool if they call a timeout. You see how important the clock is in football? It's really unique compared to baseball, where there is no clock. Basketball does have a clock. Soccer's clock is weird. Football, the players understand how long the clock is, how much time is left, that sort of business. I feel like soccer is really arbitrary with the way they choose to add time at the end of games. But football and in basketball, players can work with the clock as part of their game strategy, which I find pretty fascinating. There's a certain amount of plays I have to run before the end of the game. For whatever reason, EA Sports is electing not to use their timeouts. I am happy. I won't do anything to inspire them to use their timeouts. I am running right up the middle, just like I always do.
They're in a great defense to stuff me. I hope they don't stuff me.
34. What a hit.
They finally called a timeout. Uh-oh, 3rd and 2. Now the question is, which side of the offensive line do I like better? So to understand that, let's go to instant replay. They're going to most assuredly line up in the same formation. And it's the formation that gives me problems. It's really not the play call that they have. I mean, if they blitz to the opposite side, I'm running. If they blitz to the right while I run left, that would help me. But for the most part, the problem is that they have a defensive lineman lined up on every important offensive lineman in my formation. It's their specific defensive formation that I have trouble with again. So what I want to know is, from this formation, which I'm going to line up in it, and they're going to line up in it in the next play, does my left side get more push or does my right side get more push? To be honest, what I see right here is this guard, number 73. He's the first guy out of his stance, followed by the tight end. But man, when your guard is as fast as your tailbacks at responding to the ball snap, that's awesome. So let's see what happens here. Everyone's got a hat on a hat. Man, I am running right. I think I am going to have to run to the right this time. All right, solve that. That was a Hall of Fame run for 4 yards. Most important 4-yard play of his Hall of Fame career. Not even a touchdown. Just make them eat the timeout. I think I could start taking knees pretty soon. Here we go. So, amazingly, right as soon as the ball is hiked, my offensive tackle's already out of his stance. Alright, so I get my guys are all firing off their stance and they're hitting their block, they're hitting the defensive lineman, but I didn't really get the push that I needed. Their defense was pretty much able to hold the point right here. You can see how number 79 and number 86 haven't really moved forward, so I can't gain the yards going that way. So that's when I cut it back to the left. You can see there's a penetrator already through there. Emmett Smith and his amazing doggedness gets around that defensive lineman, eludes a tackler there, and gets the yards needed to convert a first down on 3rd and 2 in a red zone situation. That is hard running against the greatest team that's ever been assembled in Madden 98. All right, how far am I from calling quarterback kneels? I am not far at all. They'll call a timeout after this play. And now it's over. I actually beat these guys. It was a tough defensive struggle. But this is how you win a football game. Taking knees in the victory formation. It'll give fans back home something to cheer about. I must believe this game is being played in the EA Sports Stadium because Dallas Cowboy fans will be going absolutely nuts. Finish him. Alright. Well, that was a terrific way to wrap up a game. Again, the game plan built on making enough stops just to keep ball control in my favor, and then running the ball and running the clock out. Leads to an effective win. 17 minutes of possession for the Dallas Cowboys. 1 rushing yard for EA Sports. That's shocking because their running attack is awesome. Those guys can do anything, and running the ball is the easiest thing to do when you're really talented. Because you can just blow up blockers, and your running back sheds tackles, and you don't have to complete a pass. It's really easy to rack up the yards when you run the ball, but they never took advantage of that. I didn't realize all 3 touchdowns came from passing. I couldn't run the ball in the red zone at all. Well, terrific game from Troy Aikman, 7 of 14, 173 yards for 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Orr had 6 completions for 13 attempts, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. His fans are wondering, what the heck happened, man? S. Sims didn't even run the ball. That's their star running back. But R. Neal had 1 attempt for 1 yard. Somehow keeping the ball away from their running back was a miraculous gift to me. I don't know what it is about their coaching strategy that had them not run the ball, say on first down. They didn't run the ball at all. And had they ran the ball, I couldn't have stopped them. These guys can run all day. Receiving, you see how they got their yards in chunks just like I did. Michael Irvin was my go-to guy. He was the man. 2 touchdowns, 107 yards on 3 receptions. Anthony Miller had 2 receptions for 53 yards. And then Eric Bjornsson had 1 reception for 12 yards, and that was a touchdown. Extra sweet. Bjornsson caught that as a miracle pass. I didn't think he was going to catch his touchdown. I actually thought his touchdown was going to be intercepted. No sacks, 1 interception by Kevin Smith. So Emmitt Smith had 22 attempts rushing the ball for 133 yards and a 6.0 average. He's clearly, I think he's got to be my player of the game because my strategy was entirely predicated on running the ball. It really was. I couldn't have thrown it at the end. And the first downs that Emmitt Smith made in the 4th quarter clearly won me the game. And it's amazing to me that I was able to run the ball without Moose Johnson in there. The rookie fullback was able to get a push. You apparently don't need, if you are calling drive blocking plays and they're not too tricky, you can successfully get a hat on a hat, even if they're more talented than you are. So that was an interesting thing I kind of learned over the course of this game, is that you can run even on teams that are inflated, even if their attributes are inflated. If you run aggressively, you can still run on them. All right. I'm signing off. Cybo Vision. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Dallas Cowboys 21, EA Sports 18.